Hi, I am a first year medical student, and as we all know that NEET 2025 results are out, and I just feel like that I had to make this video because so many of you guys are out there are probably right now wondering about so many career options and are so confused about it. And I was also in the same place a year ago, so I know how hard it feels, and so I thought I should guide you guys from whatever experience I have on this. So as we all know that NEET results are out, and the people who have scored really well and are getting into a medical college, a huge congratulations. And I know that majority of the aspirants out there will not be getting into a medical college, very unfortunately, because that's just how NEET is. The acceptance rate is just so low that it is just the most practical thing that 90 more than 90% of the aspirants will not be getting a college, which is really sad, but it's true. And I'm so sorry. So the majority of you out there who are really like sad and depressed and confused to what to do, what next, what to do now, I just want you to know that it's okay. I mean, this was just a part of your life, this was a chapter of your life. NEET is not everything, NEET is not your whole life. And you just couldn't crack an exam doesn't mean that your life has ended. I know it's easy to say, but it's hard to actually convince yourself to believe all this, and especially in that period you are in right now. Trust me, I have been there, so it's really hard, I know. But I just want you to know that it will pass, don't worry. I mean, I know that you are I mean, I know that this period is really hard, but trust me, it will pass. So now that comes to the main topic of the video, is that what should you do now, now that results are out, and counseling will start probably in like 2 months, like 1 or 2 months. So what should you do now? So see, यहाँ पे मैं things को कुछ points में बांट रही हूँ. Like if you should take a drop, the first question is should you take a drop or not, and the second question is if not taking a drop, then what are the other career options you have. Now I would say that if you are a fresher, like you have just passed your 12th this year, and you have whatever you have scored, like 100, 200, whatever, just if you feel like that you want to continue with medicine, you want to become a doctor, you really wanna do, like wanna write NEET again, then just take a drop. You are not wasting a year. A year is nothing as compared to the long journey you have ahead in medicine. So you are safe to take a drop. But taking a drop is not a solution. I mean, taking a drop is like the most easiest part. The hard part comes after taking a drop, like, which is being serious and consistent throughout the year until NEET 2026. So think about it. Like, don't just take a drop just because you think that oh yeah, I will do it. I mean, this year इस साल तो मैं अच्छे से पढ़ी नहीं, तो next year I will definitely do it. Yes, you will. There's no question in that. But you have to go through the process of being consistent throughout the year and not slacking off. And it is hard, trust me. Like taking a drop, the decision is easy, but actually going through the drop year is definitely hard. You have to keep that in mind and then take a drop. Now it comes to, what if this was your first drop or second drop, and should you take another drop or not? Now it depends on how much you have scored. Like, let's say that if your cutoff is 600, like just for the sake how normally cutoffs are every year, let's say that your cutoff is 600 to 620, 630, and this was your second or third drop, or first drop, whatever, and you are scoring below 300, then you should, I would say, really sit down and think about what went wrong, and like what are the mistakes you did. Because like scoring 300 or below 300 just simply means that you haven't read a single thing in your drop year. I don't know, maybe whatever happened to you, I'm not saying that you did kam chori or anything. I'm just saying maybe you got sick, maybe something really medical emergency came in, or whatever the reason it is, but you did not study. That is for sure. That is a fact. Do not be offended, or do not be like, oh, how can you say this? I'm sad. You are blaming me. No, it's just a fact. Take it as a fact that you have not studied. Scoring below 300 means simply just means you have not studied. So you have to really think twice before taking a drop. Like, will you be able to study this year? Because, like, sure, you can take a drop if you want to, but the hard work, the dedication, the consistency it takes to like clear NEET, will you be able to do this year? If the answer comes like, if from the bottom of your heart the answer comes that yes, whatever the reasons, could not study or I could not prepare properly on my previous drops, this year will be different, and like ask yourself why it will be different, and how will you gonna change the fact that you couldn't study the previous years. So like write down your mistakes, that not just this mistakes, like I couldn't do physics, I couldn't write, like I couldn't um, solve MCQs daily, or I didn't attended enough mock tests. Not just that, that is very superficial. I mean, yeah, of course this is a mistake, but these are very superficial mistakes. You should actually identify that why you couldn't do it. Like if you couldn't attend enough mock tests, then why you couldn't do it? Like, was it that you thought that you would attend mock test once your syllabus is over, or like were you running away because you were afraid that you would score less marks in your mock test? Or like if you couldn't solve daily MCQs, or like couldn't complete your lecture, couldn't complete your syllabus, then why you couldn't do it? Like were you really short in time? In that case, like everyone have the same time, right? Everyone have 1 year. Then why you couldn't do it? Like was it that because you were not efficient enough, you were taking too long to make notes, you were writing every single, like you were writing down every single word on a lecture, let's say in biology or in the physics, chemistry, whatever, and if you like scored really less even after completing the syllabus, then like what went wrong? Could you not revise properly? In that case, why you could not revise properly? Where you're not where your notes not short enough to be able to completely revise on time? You have to really ask yourself these questions seriously, and really like go to the depth of the reason. Then that if you couldn't do something, then why exactly you couldn't do something, and how are you going to fix it? So if you have all the answers to the why and hows, then I would say that yes, you can take a drop. And now comes like, what if you have multiple drops, like really five drops, six drops? So what is like this is the time, this is enough, I should stop. This is a like this n number of drop is a clear cut sign that after that I should not take any more further, I should stop. If you are thinking about, if you are like confused and asking yourself or like looking for answers, then I would say that no one can really answer it. Like yes, this n number of time is the last drop you should take, after that no more. I mean, ideally you should really not waste that many years in NEET. That is an ideal condition, okay? Because I mean, it's just simply mm, I wouldn't say it's not worth it, because whether it's worth it or not, only you can define that. Like, see, so many people change their career after 30, or in like after 30, or so many people just switch to medicine, or so many people switch from medicine. So, what's worth it or not in your life, only you can decide that. So, after multiple drops, if you are still, what if like you are scoring really close to the cutoff, like let's say for 20-30 marks less only, and you are every year every year the same story is getting repeated, which like really happened with me. if you are scoring really well and you are just missing the seat by 5 or 10 marks every year, and you have multiple drops, in that case, I would say that taking a drop or not, this decision completely depends on you. Whether people say that taking multiple drops isn't worth it, or like some people will say that it's not worth it, some people will say that it is worth it. But I would say that it completely depends on you, whether you find it worth it or not. See, one thing, a fact that I can tell you is that in medicine, there are the number or the range of age in our batch is like really broad, and no one cares, no one really judges or anything, because in medicine it is normal. So one thing for sure is that no one is going to judge you, for that matter, if you're asked, if you're like wondering about that. Now, one thing which you can do, the people who have taken already multiple drops and are scoring really close to the cutoff every year, you can take a partial drop, because you have already the knowledge. You do not like really need to start preparation from zero. You just need to brush it over, you just need to polish your preparation. For me, I also took a partial drop. I was in veterinary and I prepared alongside with veterinary, and then this year I got a seat. Now that comes to the people who are fade, who are like they don't want to take a drop, they are done with it, they want to take something, some other courses. So in that case, you have options like BDMS, sorry, BDS, BMS, BHMS, veterinary, mm, and I guess in some states they have Unani medicine. So see, in this case, I would say that if you are getting really good college for BDS, it's a government college, and you are getting good colleges like KGMU or IMS PHU. So I think you should take it. I mean, do not go for private BDS. It's not worth it. I mean, it's just simply not worth it. Okay, and if you are getting a great government BDS, you can take it, because after BDS, if you are studying from a really good government college, so after BDS you can do MDS in maxillofacial surgery and you can become a surgeon, which is a really great field, and if you had serious dream and obsession of becoming a doctor, then this is just as close to as becoming a doctor and a surgeon. Now it comes to BMS. See, BMS is a great course. Ayurveda is great. Really ancient Indian knowledge about medicine. It is great, no doubt. But all the colleges are not great. This is a fact. Unless it is a great government college in Ayurveda, do not take it. It's just not worth it, because you can see that, like, once there was a time, there was a craze for Ayurveda. Like our parents' generation, they really trusted on Ayurvedic medicines. But as you can see, in modern days, people don't really really rely on Ayurveda that much. Although the Ayurveda sector is really booming, government is investing on Ayurveda and promoting Ayurveda, but we cannot really risk our future on that. I will still repeat that I am not saying Ayurveda is bad, Ayurveda doesn't have any value, but the thing is, most of the Ayurveda colleges are not good enough. They will not provide you with the skills you need to survive on the Ayurveda market, on the Ayurveda job market after the 5 years you will graduate. So in BMS, if you have skill, you can become a really great doctor and earn huge, which I think applies to any other field in the world. If you have the skill, no one can really stop you. So do your own research and find out the top colleges, and if you are getting into one of those top colleges, then just take it. And now it comes to BHMS, which is also, I would say, same as Ayurveda, but prefer Ayurveda, but keep your preference to Ayurveda than BHMS. Which is also same as BMS. If you have the skill, you can earn huge amount. You can have fame, you can be at the top of your field. it all depends on your skill. I mean, every other thing also, MBBS also depends on your skill. But just in general, like if you ask for government job vacancies and all, these are really less in BDMS, BMS or BHMS. So take it. If you are getting great government colleges, then take it. And one thing is that do not even think about joining any private institution for either BDS or BHMS or any of it. It is simply not worth it. Now it comes to BVSC, which is veterinary. I was in veterinary personally, so I have the experience. I would say that see, if you are getting great veterinary colleges like top 20 colleges, so just blindly take it. You don't have to think twice. Okay, like your preference should be BVSC, BDS, BAMS, and then BHMS. But that also comes down to one part is that some people think that like they will not be human doctor they are uh, if they are taking veterinary, they will not be human doctor, and it is a completely different field from like human doctor kind of things, which are MBBS, BDS, which if is really a big issue for you, then I would say that yeah, keep your preference as per your choices. But if you don't have any problem with the fact that you will not be a human doctor, and if you wanna just stay completely away from this all those things, because like if you are in BDS or BMS, you are still, your competition is still will be with the MBBS students. Especially in BMS or BHMS, your competition is directly with the MBBS students. So if you are just like, no, I have had enough and I want to completely change field now, so you can take BVSC. This is a great field, and the future of BVSC in private sector is really blooming. And also for private practice, like nowadays people are having more and more pets, and they care about their pets well-being. And also it's not just about pets, it's also like poultry industry or meat industry or like um, meat products and overall animal welfare. So there are a lot of options after you graduate. You can take government jobs as well as a VO, which is I think is at the same level as a medical officer, which is a veterinary officer. Or you can take up jobs in private sectors, or like in equine turf clubs, or you can open your own private clinics. See, one thing I would like to add here is that in case of BTS, uh, opening a private clinic is really expensive, and also Indian society doesn't really have much awareness about dental hygiene or dental health. So it is definitely good, I would say, in metro cities. But when you leave the metro cities in like tier 1 or tier 2 cities, I wouldn't say that the dental health awareness is not that great. So you would have to think about that. And in case of BVSC, you can open your private clinics, or also I think like states like Haryana or UP or Odisha have a really great government job, and the pay scale is also great. So if you do not, so in conclusion, if you do not have any problem with not being a human doctor, you can just take up BVSC. I think I have covered all the points, and if you have any question further, let me know in the comments. I usually do not make neat contents, since I was also struggling with this phase like a year earlier, and so I thought, and I also have experienced all of this, and I also went to veterinary, took a partial drop, and now I'm in medical college. So I thought that I would share you as my experience and guide you as your senior. So if you still have any queries about anything, do let me know in the comment section. This was probably my last video on NEET and all this. I usually do not make NEET contents. Uh, Regardless of that, I wish you luck on your new journey. And one thing I would say before ending is that whatever path you choose, just do not regret. It will be worth it. If you give it some time and really try to accept it, it will be worth it. So thank you so much for watching, and we will meet on the next video. Bye bye.